Detectives over at the first precinct and whoever was the community affairs guy that got stuck listening to me today. I have to be a little, I have to be a little tough. Look at me being a wimp. What I'm going to tell you is 1,000,000,000% the truth. So I truly need you to pay attention. All right? I'm going to post this video, and then as soon as I know that somebody there has read it, I'm going to delete it. Okay? This whole thing, forget about all this shit with WFAN and stuff. All right? I need you to look up David Mindell, Nurse Murderers, Part 1 and 2. I recorded this in West Islip 6-7 years ago, coming up on 7 years. I showed it to hundreds of people, and everybody believes that it's real. So what transpired is I went everywhere in the world for years to have somebody look this up. And a few other horrible, horrible things in a whole letter I wrote to Breon Peace about a year or so ago. So what transpired is this. Nobody. I gave these tapes to the FBI. The FBI had them for more than a year. More than. And I kept on calling and saying, listen, what's going on? I need to know. It's really fucked up. It's an ongoing investigation. They wouldn't tell me. About, maybe it's the second year goes by, I get a phone call from the FBI. Mr. Mindell, would it be okay if we gave this to Mr. Dreyfus? He's the head of North Shore University Hospital. I said, of course. What, are you kidding? Please. For more than 2.5, 3 years, 516-266-5000. I called this piece of shit, and he wouldn't return the phone calls. The only thing he ever said to me is the same thing. It's an ongoing investigation. So now what goes on, and I'm going to probably have to make a double recording here. What goes on is this. I wind up at a quad bypass by my all these different things, and what goes on is that I don't hear back from anybody about a bunch of different things. So you'll see this all, everything will be in the, you must watch David Mindell, Mental Health, Parts 1, 2, and 3. And again, I'm going to reiterate and say this like I did before to the, I don't know what you guys make up all your names, detectives. Oh, by the way, interrupt, what a piece of shit Castro is. He did some bad shit, but, okay, just be not swept under the fucking rug, but you guys don't get enough credit. Yeah, cut the cops. Oh, more subway robberies, get more cops. Everybody's a dick. So what transpires is this. I wind up, going, as I mentioned to you, everywhere in the planet. So finally, last August, I had a car, Jeep that I drove around in, second limit in a row I got, so on and so forth. But what happened is that I wind up, I was sleeping at Captury and Field 5 every night of the year with all that writing all over my car for the past year. They all knew I was homeless. They were really cool to me, especially the Suffolk County Marine cops. Okay, not the sharpest guys in the world. The one guy says, Mooney, he says he's afraid of water. I thought he was kidding. He wasn't. But another mutt, the state police guy, he promised me linguine white clam sauce from his wife all the time, so on and so on and so forth. And I say everything to you for a reason. I promise you that. The reason is this. I couldn't take any more. So finally, I parked right in front of the Captury boat base where all the fishing boats are right in front of the captain's table as soon as you drive in. And I parked right in front of it. And I waited for the first couple of, the cops to come around. And I told them, listen, okay, I'm trying to turn something in. I have forever. I've been through enough. People are in debt, so on and so forth. I said, I need you to either call Judge Hurley, Mike Bloomberg, Judge Rosigliano, or Mayor Adams. Enough with Mayor Adams. Once he got baptized by that crook, he loses me. Loved him for the fact that, he really wanted to help homeless people. Oh boy. And if he did the wrong taxes and shit, and, that's bad, but, that's enough of that. So, what goes on is they won't call. And I said, listen, you know me, okay? You gotta call. So, they wouldn't call. Two of them came out, they wouldn't call. So now, I don't know what to do because I can't take this anymore. Alrighty, I was having some chest pain, so I actually called 911 and said, listen, I need I think I'm having a heart attack. And then I felt bad about almost doing that because that's all I ever do. Okay? As a matter of fact, here, I'm going to blow your fucking mind. I can't help it. I just can't. I'm homeless, broke, destitute. Okay? Went to St. Joseph's Hospital with for Paxil medication for 3 or 4 years, and about how many times I complained, maybe 3 or 4 times, that I had chest pains that felt like ice cream headache from my sternum to my chin. They took my blood pressure, did this, that, the other thing. Everything checks out. Blah, 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 blah. I had no insurance. Officers, the only thing I got from social services, they took my food stamps away. I wound up getting Medicaid, and I haven't had it for 4 years. I go back, once I got that a week later, I've got 300% blocked arteries and 195. Everybody told me it's a lawsuit. I couldn't get anybody to listen to me, so on and so forth. But now, here's the fucking fucked up irony. All right? I'm broke, destitute. I got $40. I'm by myself. Okay? All of a sudden, the next morning, they're putting me on the actual operating table, and then all of a sudden they get on the operating table and they say to me, Mr. Mindell, we have a problem. So now I'm thinking, wait, I have no money, I got $40, don't talk, oh my God, alrighty, what the fuck could be the problem? I thought, but it turns out somebody else is having a heart attack. And me, I want everybody to love me and see what a great guy, but when push always came to shove in the major decisions in life, let me tell you something. Everybody says, oh, you sound like you're full of shit. When I was being wheeled away, I said, take care of that guy. I'll be okay. And I didn't realize that for 2 years after that I did that. So I need to I don't know what I got to convince you guys to do, and I'm going to keep on going. So now, what transpires is this. Okay? And please all let me interject here and let you know that the one person I am afraid of is my last boss, but I do not want him arrested. Okay? He's going to get sued. He threw me up against the wall after I caught him stealing from me, but I just wanted to interject there. So, what goes on is this, and I apologize, my boss, so on. Okay? So now, right, all of a sudden, I go through that whole thing, alrighty, I'm at Capture State Park, they won't call. When the ambulance got there, I apologized to them, so on and so forth. So finally in the morning, okay, I beg them to break the window. So, in other words, you're going to have to break the window. I ain't leaving until you call one of these 4 people. Okay. Nothing. 7:30 in the morning, I walk up to the to the inside where you get coffee. I walked inside. I said, listen to the young lady. I says, listen, I'm stealing this cup of coffee. Please call the police. They called the police. It's the fucking idiots from State Park Police. Who idiot about those knuckleheads? It's all in the thing. All right? And David, get out of the car. I says, you're going to have to break the window. I go, please, you know me. You know me. I told you to search. Please, you know me. Am I making this up? You know me better. They wouldn't. So they broke the fucking window. Okay? Now, my car, all right, they arrest me. My car, okay? Well, my car winds up getting impounded and repossessed. Okay? So, that was last year. Let me get hopefully towards the end of this thing. So, I was in Nassau County Medical Center, which is in the whole thing, for 1 hour locked up, begging, okay, I just was getting a script, okay, that I didn't want to be there, so on and so forth. Nobody could, nothing. And I was locked up, and it was the most horrible feeling in the world. It's my biggest fear. And let me interject again before I fucking forget. Okay? When they took me off my Paxil at this psych place, all right, I told them I didn't have it for a week, all righty. Not only did they take me off it for another week, they put me on to something called Depakote and Abilify. 1,500, and when I showed three different psychiatrists and my pharmacists, they all said 1,000 times over, it's the worst thing they ever seen. And let me tell you something, officers, you got to get the word out about this shit as far as these people just prescribing stuff. It was, while I'm living in a junk van, working for this boss, making the money, not getting paid, okay? It was horrible. It was hard. Okay, I was having 6 hours straight panic attacks, the worst ever at a time. And somehow, thank God, for these freaking these new psychiatrists, okay, and my pharmacist, that I know, okay, that how bad this is, but I'm gonna fucking get through it because they switched me back to the Paxil. I am begging you. All right, to do something about these things. There's so much more to it. But now, what goes on is this. All right, after they arrest me, all righty, I have no car, nothing. The cops left me. I told them I had no money. I could pay tomorrow. They gave me $11. The body shop wouldn't let me get my stuff in my place. I sleep overnight outside, and I start hitchhiking to the 7th precinct. In Nassau County, which I'm familiar with. I grew up in Massapequa, been there a couple times. I was arrested for being the guy going around throwing acid in girls' faces there. Guy thought he was making detective. And then, okay, there was a kid named Linda Ortiz, which sounds like 17 years old. We'd hang out 30, 40, 50 people all different at a time. All of a sudden, I got cops and detectives sneaking around the local diner asking people, do you know who Dave Mandel is? What the fuck is going on? Okay? Turns out some guy was a peeping Tom, and then, okay, it wasn't me. Oh, here's another one. Wall, water, wall, okay? I moved down to Florida, all right? I'm 19, 20 years old, happiest time of my life. I got skinny, I got a perm, I lost weight, I ran a restaurant that sat 500 people, I got girls, but I like to gamble, and I would go to the dope track to bet. There's not enough betting there. It's the best bet you can make, and much better than horse racing. It's on my Billy Likes to Gamble videos. You'll love that. But check this out. Okay? I admit, okay, I've been with plenty of fucking hookers. I'm a compulsive gambler, and I wouldn't make a bet again if you offered me 80 million and 80 hookers. Alrighty? I wouldn't bet $5. I'm a compulsive shopper. I finally got that feeling back a couple of months ago when my boss gave me $5,000 and gave me that beyond important letter that proves that I beat this whole thing and that I'm not nuts and all these things, because it's fucking scary. You know, it's my biggest fear, and especially when it realizes. So This is after I was in the psych ward for 2 weeks. So now, what goes on is this. Before I go to the psych ward, Nassau County picks me up. I was dancing, as I always do. As a matter of fact, I got videos of the cops watching me dance on the corner of Wanto Avenue and Sunrise Highway. All right, they went, okay. And I told them what was going on, and I said, Officer Willings, I know a little bit. I tried to help a homeless guy twice. She'll remember me from a year or two ago. I had a car, I gave some guy a ride, whatever it might have been, trying to help, and she was really cool. So I tell them that's what I'm trying to do. All of a sudden the loony bin comes. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? So the loony bin comes, and the lady and I think her name is Chieng, very nice, very sweet. If you ask her, alrighty, if she thought I'd be committed in a million years, she would have said no. So now, especially what I was going through, and I gotta interject again, there's a guy named Manny in that fucking hospital, that Psychiatric hospital, alright, that I called a couple of months ago after I got out to want to have like witnesses and a recording that, this is what happened, that's what happened, and he said, listen, Dave, okay, you better be careful what you say, or we can put you there again. So that blew my fucking mind. But, so now, what goes on is I get out of the place, I'm beyond fucking freaked, but on that Psychiatric hospital, they dropped me where this Matty guy is. All of a sudden, there's like 6 nurses and doctors, okay, and this scumbag Matty in the room. And I go, what's going on? I says, I'm fine. And I begged them. I go, call Nassau County Medical Center, look in my camera. I have records that say I'm not psychotic, I'm not anything, so on and so forth. They gave me the script for the I go, please speak to Dr. Padouche. She's getting sued. They wouldn't do it. I go, please, you must. So now you can't get mad or start being violent, or they're going to put me right in the fucking rubber room. I mean, restrained. So I didn't do it. Just so what goes on is I finally get them to listen to the tapes. All right? Now, I'm yelling and shit, and this fucking nurse, this fucking cunt, and I love, believe me, I fucking love nurses, love the doctors. Nurses well underpaid. So what she does, she says, can we give you a shot of... I go, no. I says, the only thing I ever take is Paxil and an occasional antihistamine, a Benadryl. That's it. I will not take anything else. Well, can we give you a shot of Benadryl? Sure. Okay, I thought, okay. So it wasn't Benadryl that she gave me, unless it was a triple dose. So now I'm on the bed. There's 8 doctors around listening to the fucking tapes and freaking out. So I said to them, I start crying, like hysterical. I did. I said, finally, it's over. You're going to listen to me. I says, and because they knew when I mentioned Mr. Dreyfus, okay, they almost passed out. And I'm thinking, oh my God, it's finally here. I did it. And guess what? These fucking pieces of shit did. They lied. They signed me into the fucking psych place. I didn't even realize what the fuck was. I thought I'd be there for an hour or 2 or a day, whatever it might be. And if you look how I was in that place, yes, all I did was try to help others and be upbeat and happy. And it's the scariest thing in the fucking world when you don't know why in the fuck you're here or when you're ever gonna get out. So I want to prevent that from other things happening. There is so much, more. So now, what goes on is this, all right? While I'm at the hospital, This fucking witch, you'll see it in the other thing. I'm pretty sure, believe it or not, good news is when you watch my videos I asked you to watch about the mental health and things, you'll get more of it there. But what transpires is this. I saw this woman maybe 20 minutes the whole entire 2 weeks I was there. All right? All she cared about was I forgot about the nurse murderers. And I am scared fuck, okay? Okay? That these people can do something to me, or whatever it might be, and I don't know why nobody will help me with this thing. So I am asking you, as best as I can, okay, to please look out for me. I will never, ever freak out or be violent, but I need to turn these things in, and I'm going to be scared, of what's going to happen. And the other thing, of course, is with my boss. Lots more to tell. Hold on, can I give you, I know. I didn't tell you what happened in fucking Florida. So there I am, coming home from the dog track, and I'm in Hollywood, Florida, and driving on Route 1, and all of a sudden, there's a little tunnel that separates Lauderdale from, Hollywood or whatever. All right, little small tunnel, and I'm pulling up to the tunnel. I got a white T-Bird, okay, that big bomb, white 77 T-Bird with red pinstriping. I have very loud house, okay? All of a sudden, I get pulled over. What the fuck did I do? I look in my rear view mirror. There's 3 cops in front of me, 4 or 5 behind me, all with fucking guns drawn. Are you kidding or what? What the fuck is going on? They tell you, don't move, get out of the car, get out of the car. What's going on? You were reported by 2 people as shooting a shotgun at the hookers. Again, I will take a fucking lie detector test to everybody okay? Please give me my 18-hour marathon and let me do so many good fucking things. So, turns out so I'm scared fuck. I think somebody set me up or something. So all of a sudden he goes, you got the keys to the trunk? I go, yeah. And I'm looking through the fucking trunk like there's a fucking shotgun there. So there are so many others, and what do I gotta do to convince you that, like I said to you before, if I asked you, or if I told you that there was a kid lost upstate in the worst forest in the fucking world, you would all volunteer your fucking time to drive there, freeze there, whatever it might be. I am telling you, okay, that if you already got a lot of it, okay, if you spend some time, I need a couple of lawyers. I got a lock lawsuit with the Hertz and the Capital One and a couple other things. And believe me, most of my stuff is going to charity. And then I'll tell you about the, look up on my YouTube, David Mindell, my possible $100 million bribe to the fire department. You'll freaking freak, alrighty, about how to raise hundreds upon hundreds of millions of dollars for the fire department by them tagging the fire extinguishers that got to be tagged once a year, rather than these criminal companies that charge astronomical fees to do a 30-second jobs. I did it for a couple months. It's a fucking joke. And again, I've been asking the fire about every fireman. They are, let me tell you right now, besides bomb squad people, you might not believe this, Somali pirates, Leah Remeni, firemen, and you guys, okay? Ain't nobody braver. Ain't nobody. But I just can't believe that nobody will help me get these fire extinguishers and save all that kind of money. So, let's see, anything else? Yeah, there's lots. Please, I need your, okay? I will not get in a car with anybody. I'm going to need, before I do anything, I'm going to need a couple of lawyers. The other thing with Mom, I'm going to do tomorrow, but you know what? Enough has been enough. Let's take care of these things. Where do you see all the things that I got to turn in? Okay? I'm doing Uber on Long Island. Okay? 3 different times I met 25-year-old beautiful young ladies that were au pairs. Okay? 3 different times. They got in my car. They were paying for the Uber themselves. They work with families that have decent, good money with 3 kids, each one of them. All right? They work 5 days full time. Do you know how much money they get? You wouldn't believe if I told you, blah, 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 blah. Okay, again, proofs. Okay? I was shocked. They get $200 a week and got to pay for their own fucking Ubers. 2 different companies. Au Pair Care and Care Au Pair. And there's a lot more. So, again, I don't know what I got to do to get you to spend some time and help me get these things fixed that will save a bunch of lives. And I want to know what the fuck is going on with that nurse murderer thing. If it's something that's got to be kept quiet, you tell me. All right? I'm not going to be a dick about it. But enough's enough. Let's do good things, and I'll tell you something else. Alrighty? Suffolk County, the worst and the most spoiled. That's okay. You guys, alright? Alright, and I don't, okay. You guys, I promise you, alright? I promise you that you're going to get so much more pay and have so many less headaches. And, people want to call me like delusions of grandeur. I don't give a fuck. They're not delusions if you do them. And again, I'm hungry, and that's it.